and it is related to the updating of the GGOS strategy and implementation. This process was initiated 3 years ago, and the reason for that is that the previous strategic plan was defined in 2014. So 10 years. And since then, we have new geodetic technologies, observations, and we are also fostering the creation of new services and products. In 2019, the IEG has had a strategic retreat, and they define some things to be improved for the next 10 to 50 years and 15 years. And the colleagues in this retreat provide some recommendations for GGOS that were not included in the previous strategic plan. And we all know that we have a new governance structure emerging, or really not more emerging, but really realized. And this is in special the UN Global Geodetic Center of Excellence and the joint work with the UNGGIM subcommittee of Geodesy. So given this, we decided to update the strategic plan of GGOS. And for that, we did a community survey in 2022. This survey was answered by 70 colleagues from 32 countries. It was really a very nice collective effort based on the comments provided with this colleague, and also based on the still open questions from the previous strategic plan. We defined a totally new strategic plan, which was completed in November last year, and it was approved by the GGOS Governing Board in January this year. I mentioned that it was approved by the GGOS Governing Board because if you remember one of my previous slides, in the GGOS Governing Board, we have 54 colleagues. And I don't know if all of them read the document, but many of them provide comments on the document. And if they approve this document, it's because they are endorsing what we are doing. I will not go into the details. If some of you want to read the strategic plan, what could be very boring, you can find the strategic plan there. But I only want to go to the, let's say, essentials of this strategic plan. We define 4 main goals. The first one have to be with the advocate for geodesy in major frameworks, especially in GEOS. How geodesy is or can contribute to the sustainable development goals of the United Nations, and also to show the contribution of geodesy for disaster risk reduction. The goal 2 is related to Science Policies Network, and here what we want to do is to see how GGOS can support the sustainability of the United Nations Global Geodetic Reference Frame, and how we can collaborate with the initiatives of the GGC and also the subcommittee on geodesy. The next goal is related to capacity enhancement and sustainability. And here we want to promote the modernization and maintenance of geodetic resources, but we also want to attract more people to geodetic matters. So geodesy is being done mainly in the Northern Hemisphere, and it will be important to have more colleagues working worldwide in geodesy, and also young people, because we are getting old and we need new people to continue doing the work. And the last goal is related to provide or to connect to the outside world by providing a comprehensive platform for geodetic analysis and information. And we call this the GGOS portal, and here we consider the fair and trust principles and also the use of DOIs in geodetic data. For each of these goals, we define 4 associated activities, and at the end, we have a strategic plan with 16 main objectives. And the focus now is to realize this strategic plan, because a strategic plan without implementation plan is no blah, blah, blah. So we need to put in reality this strategic plan. And for that, we were working in the implementation plan. In order to advance the complete strategic plan, we define an implementation action for each objective, and each implementation action is made from several activities, and these activities represent the work to be done. And for each implementation plan, we define milestones, output, responsible time frame, and a performance indicator. So the different implementation actions follow the SMART criteria. So we want to measure if we are doing the work, and we want to verify that we are getting the results we plan to get. And for that, we will have an assessment of progress every year, and this will be in events like this one at the GGOS Days. The first draft for the implementation plan was completed in June 2024. The colleagues from the GGOS Executive Committee reviewed this plan, and then it was reviewed also by the governing board. So we have about 60 colleagues reading this document, and it was approved some weeks ago by the governing board. I include this photo of the acknowledgements in the implementation plan because there are listed every colleague who provides some feedback or contribute to the implementation plan. And you can see how interesting it is to see how many colleagues are really contributing to the initiatives within GGOS. This is only to give you an example. We have here one action and milestone, the outputs expected for the action, and the activities. The activities, or let's say the responsible for the activities are a component of GGOS and GGOS Bureau, or the coordinating office of the GGOS president. And this responsible coordinates with the others the actions to do. We define clearly the time frame for these activities and also what is expected from these activities. This is another example. This is in the case of the GGOS portal, and exactly the same here. You can see the different principles for data management, fair, trust, and care, and also how we want to implement DOIs in geodetic data. We cannot go through all the details, but I try to summarize here the soul, let's say, of this implementation plan. So we have activities related to geodetic information and expertise. One milestone here is the definition of essential geodetic variables. The objective here is to speak the same language like the other observing systems in order to get the same level so that we can talk to them face to face, because many colleagues or people or organizations are using geodetic products without knowing that geodesy. So we need to talk the same, or to speak the same language. Here we have also science policy networking, but we have also activities related to geodetic infrastructure, activities related to standardization, integration, and optimization of geodetic products, and activities related to communication, education, and outreach. And if you can see most of the activities are in the last item. So if you talk to many colleagues, it was, or that is always said that nobody knows geodesy, and this is true. We have geodesy at the universities, but these programs are not called geodesy, but geomatics or geospatial sciences. And it seems that a big problem of geodesy is marketing. So we're trying to provide evidence and advocacy for geodesy in a simple language that can be understood by everyone, by politicians, probably high school students. And we want also do this not only in English, but in other languages, and so that we could provide a data bank with arguments to show why geodesy is so important. I think this is all what I have to say. The different GGOS components will report today and tomorrow how we are facing this implementation plan. And I think this will be a very nice meeting. My special request to you is please talk openly if you have recommendations for us. If something doesn't like you, please let us know. We are open for every recommendation. So thank you very much.